Good morning. Good morning. It's 2:49 a.m. I'm on my way to the gym right now. Another wonderful day. I remember Mondays. I remember Mondays and I remember Fridays. And you might be like, well, when you say you remember, what does that mean? You don't have them anymore? Let's be clear. I remember how I would feel on a Sunday going into a Monday. How I'd feel those levels of anxiety start peaking out and anxiety kicking in, and what am I gonna do? How will I make it? How will I survive? And then Friday. Whew. Thank God that week has gone by. Oh man, I got Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Smoked this weed. Drank this drink. Go out to this club. Yeah. All my problems are solved now. When you whip that bully that has you fearing Monday, when you stop forsaking 5 days to get the 2 on the weekend, when you start saying everything I need to do to build this empire and this kingdom happens Monday to Friday and sometimes Saturday, when you consistently, consecutively get up and go, when you're consistent, no matter what. I made the same drive over 2 years ago, 3 years ago. I made the same exact drive to the gym with tears in my eyes, with house in foreclosure, with no money in the bank, no deals on the table, no clear idea about how I was going to put the food on the table for the next day. Relationship with my wife was just horrible. I mean, I would walk in the bedroom and I would see my wife crying. And I could tell she had been crying. And she was worried. And I have to just tell her everything's going to be okay. My relationship with my oldest son was deteriorating fast. And the excuse I would always give myself is that I don't know what he's going through, because where he's at, I was at a different place in my life at that time. Therefore, he can figure it out. Rather than saying, God has blessed me with this great privilege. If you know how to instruct your clients on which direction they need to go in, then you definitely know how to instruct this person that I've put under your care and how they need to go. And keeping in mind, kids don't listen. I didn't listen. I'm pretty sure my grandmother didn't listen. I'm pretty sure my great-grandmother did not listen. I'm pretty sure everybody at that age of 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, etc., did not listen. But I was trying to use it as an excuse on why I wasn't showing up and stepping up and doing what I had to do and making that call. Just because they don't listen doesn't mean that you stop teaching. Because seeds that you plant today are the same ones that you go into harvest time with later on. So you keep planting the seeds. But it was hard. It was all hard. But I did it. I stayed consistent with it. I didn't give up. I kept searching for a way. And then one day, Sunday going into Monday didn't seem so hard. And then Friday didn't look like a rest from my time. It looked like the ability to commit and go all into my family. But had I not made these drives, even though I didn't know how it was going to turn out, even though I didn't know the end result would be me getting my body into the best possible shape that I could, getting in the top 10 of sales in my company, committing to my faith, to my God, showing up to church, going to the altar, praying for my family. But had I tried to run somebody else's race, I would have lost. Because there's nobody put on the face of this earth intended to run somebody else's race. You've been given this identity that says you're a one of a kind. Not to be like everybody else, not to run everybody else's race, but to run your own, to be your own. I was listening to something right now, and it really resonated with me, because there's a lot of things that people will refuse to do because they don't want to be set aside. They don't want to be looked at in any kind of particular way. They just want to fit in. They want to blend in with the crowd. So they won't step up and do their best. They won't commit to maybe doing that work that they should have did versus going to the party. Because they don't want people to start thinking, who do you think you are? You think you're better than me? Because for some, that's just too much pressure to handle. And I've been in that position. But the option on the other end is when you fit in, then you get to eat like them. You get to live like them. But when you live up to your greatness and your individuality, everything about your life becomes different. Everything. But it comes down to, what are you willing to commit to? How are you willing to get that bully called Sunday anxiety coming into Monday angst off your back? See, I'll tell you, for me, it was simply going at the things that were the hardest for me and doing it every day. Keeping my mind filled with more useful information than just trying to run around and let anything and everything that happens in this planet, in this world, occupy space in my brain. But you got to make the decision that's right for you, because the same things that may be right for me may not fit into the destiny and how your life is meant to unravel. But you got to make that decision. You. And that's where the change starts happening. When you recognize your greatness, and you're not willing to put a blanket over it for nobody or nothing. When you're willing to go all in, because you know that the reason why you're here on this planet has more purpose than just paying a bill, taking care of kids, and being a part of a family. You got presidential blood in you. You got worldwide leader in you. You don't have to settle. Everything is a gift. You don't have to settle on just one. You can have them all.